Going down to Garden City today to talk about NE10 softball with the second place Adelphi Panthers. They are 12 and 2 as we have this conversation with Kaitlyn Klepper, the junior infielder. Kaitlyn, congratulations on the start to the year. What's been going right for Adelphi this spring?
We're just trusting each other to make sure we get the job done. We're making sure we just have a lot of fun with all of it. It's a lot of competition, a lot of good competition. So we're just making sure we stay within ourselves and trust each other to get the job done because we always talk about how not one person can just get the job done on their own. So we're always passing the bat or picking each other up no matter what. But we have a lot of positive vibes on the team this year.
What's been the flow of the season in terms of going through the non-conference play, going down south a bunch early on in the year, and then things really clicking once you get to conference play? What was kind of that linchpin or turning point once you guys got into league games?
Well, we went to Florida, like before everything else started up, and the competition down there is very good. So a lot of it was new to freshmen, but freshmen have been stepping it up. They're insane. We have a lot of good players on the team, ranging from like freshmen to seniors, but we that was a lot. That was our like first time all together, like playing like real set of games besides the fall. So we we just kept on versing like high competition, but we battled and like we stayed within each other. We were just making adjustments when needed. So we would go from, different pitches, different placements and everything in the field. So it was just good to get a see of how things are going to be going into like any 10 play and stuff like that. But we're all seeing the ball very well, and it was just fun. It was fun to go down there, and like it was just something different.
Walk me through your development as a player because you came into this conference a couple of years ago, started regularly as a freshman. You were all freshman team in the NE10, and then last year you played 11 games, didn't hit the way I'm sure you wanted to in those 11 games, and now this year are having the best season of your career. What is the ebb and flow and the growth process you've gone through over the 3 years you've had in college?
Yeah. Um, it's a lot of hard work. Whether it's summer, all of that, I'm always on the field. I work with my dad and my whole family. We're a whole family of sports, so I never want to put down a softball. It's just always something fun to do for me. But I don't know. I also never gave up on myself. There's a lot of times where um like negative self-thinking, and I never let it get to me. I That's a lot of growth when it comes to me mentally. I have definitely grown as a person mentally even more than anything else.
What was your off season like? Like, how did you say over the summer, like, all right, committing myself to this. I'm gonna work on this thing. I'm gonna come back in the fall and turn yourself into the player that you've become.
I just wanted it. It was just like a feeling inside um that I wanted it, and I was going to do whatever it takes to make sure it was known that it's where I want to be. So just once again, it was just hard work and putting in a lot of time off the field and on the field and just like on my free time because it's just yeah.
Career high in hits this year, career high in doubles as well. Describe yourself as a hitter.
Well, I used to go up to the bat with a lot on my mind, but I honestly have absolutely nothing on my mind when I go up to the bat now. I just go up and I see a giant yellow ball and I swing. It's been helping me a lot. I don't think about anything. I have a big like I don't care mentality, like where if something goes wrong, I just completely put it behind me. So that's helped me a bunch because it's just like the trick is to stop thinking. Like I literally just don't think and I go up to bat and I it helps me. It works a lot.
How hard is that to do?
It's very hard. I am a thinker. I overthink everything. I'm all up in my head. So it still takes a long time, but once you once you start doing it, it just like comes easier. And it's just so much better for like my mind and my performance too. Even in the field, like when I'm in the field, I if I make a mistake or anything, I know I'm gonna have a million more opportunities to get a ground ball or anything like that. So I think just like thinking ahead, I just have like a very push it back in the back of my mind, like short-term memory type of thinking.
I know you want to be involved in athletics throughout your life once you're done in college too. So I imagine all of that kind of rolls into what you can do once you're done in school. So take me on kind of your idea of what softball, what sports looks for you once you graduate.
Well, I've always wanted to be around like the sport world, even like for a profession, like when I get older. So right now I'm majoring in exercise science, so I'm gonna go in more of like a PT type of route. But I never saw myself sitting in a box doing, paperwork and everything like that. I've always wanted to do something medical and something sport related. So I've always wanted to be around that. So whether it's working with a sports team or anything regarding that, I will always want to be around that my entire life.
What's it like for you to like pick the brain of your athletic training staff now as and look at things from a different perspective other than like just going to get treatment?
Well, I'm not in there much, but when
Which
I
is good, which is good.
yes, yes, it's very good. But when I am in there, it's just I don't know. We make jokes with each other because whenever I go in there, it's always for when I have like a giant open wound on my leg from sliding or something. So they always tell me that I'm only ever going in there when my leg is like oozing or bleeding from playing softball.
We have to like change the rating on this now. Kaitlyn, you didn't always play softball though. You told me before we started that you came up playing baseball.
Yes.
So tell me about playing baseball and also playing both and how you pulled that off growing up.
Yeah. Um, I started from right when I was born. My dad put a baseball in my hand immediately. My brothers grew up playing baseball, so I was always the only girl in the league, in the organization, all of that stuff. But I don't know, I loved it because I pitched playing baseball. So it was just fun, like watching little boys cry sometimes after I struck them out. But
What'd you throw?
I threw, well, I didn't want to, I was young still, so my coaches didn't believe in a curveball and all of that. But I just threw a two seam and then like a normal four seam and then a changeup. But my four seam had like natural spin to it. So they told me I didn't really even need a curveball because it just like naturally moved.
There is professional women's baseball now. Have you thought about before we talked about what you want to do after college? Have you thought about what you want to do before you do that after college?
No, I've never thought about that. I'm just thinking about getting through college right now, but I think it's
Would you try to play professional baseball?
um if I had free time, maybe I would look into it, but depends. I'm open to it.
What did you like about baseball and softball? Like, why did you want to pursue both of them for as long as you did growing up?
Well, when I was playing softball, going into high school, I was still playing baseball. So I would have a softball game in the afternoon, and then I'd have an 8 p.m. game at night where I was pitching in a completely different environment with completely different people. And the games are always so much quieter because in softball, it's a lot of cheers, and boys were always just more silent and very whatever. But I don't know. It was just always I knew I wanted to pursue more in college going into like softball. So I knew I had to make the switch at one point, but that was very hard for me because my entire life was just based around like baseball. And I didn't want to change because I also loved how I was the only girl playing and how it just like felt cool to me. But then I met amazing people, and it was even better because it was like you meet people who you're gonna grow old with. And softball is just like I knew I wanted to switch over to softball in college because there was probably more for me there.
This is always the age-old question, and for everybody watching at home, they are very different sports. And if you think you can hit a softball, you probably can't. But Kaitlyn, you have the unique perspective of having done both. What is different about trying to hit a baseball and trying to hit a softball, and why do the two not mix?
Well, baseball, softball, it's completely different. I've gotten that question so many times of what's easier to hit, but one of them, softball, giant yellow ball, skinnier stick, baseball, small ball, bigger barrel. So for me, it's like similar in some ways, but like they're completely different also distance wise. Softball, you're so much closer. So I can't even say which one is like easier to hit because they're like completely different. So I don't know. I don't have an answer still. When every time everybody asks me and I still don't have an answer.
You played shortstop when you didn't pitch in baseball, right?
Yes.
How'd you wind up at second base in softball?
I was like middle infield my whole life. Like I was utility growing up. Like if I had to be put in at third, then I'd be put in at third. And then right now I'm currently playing short, so it's like back to my roots when I played baseball, but I don't know. I just feel like if you can feel the ground ball in one position, you can feel the ground ball. You should be able to feel the ground ball anywhere. So I grew up with that mentality and I love playing anywhere I'm put.
Let's bring it back to the here and now. You guys, we started off the top. You're 12 and 2. You're in second place in the conference. You guys go one game at a time, but I get to look ahead. So I can say that your last series of the season is at home against Franklin Pierce, who happens to be undefeated. What do you guys have to do between now and then to make that the most interesting series of the NE10 season?
Yeah. Well, they're doing amazing this year. But I don't know, we just have to continue working together. I think a lot of it is still mental. If we think that we're the team we are, then we can play like the team we are. And also playing uncomfortably. For me, I like learned as I got older that like you have to play uncomfortably to be comfortable, and it just makes it so much easier in the field. Like for me, speaking up is very difficult for me, but I know if I'm playing shortstop, I'm gonna have to be louder in the field. So at first it was very like different for me, but I don't like it's just comes so much easier when you're just uncomfortable. So I also think trusting each other, trusting ourselves. One person can't get it done on their own, so making sure everyone is doing something, whether it's on the bench, hitting in the field, everyone's participating and everyone has an impact in the game. So I think just staying within ourselves and knowing that as a team, that's the only way we can make it happen.
Well, Kaitlyn, congratulations on the success so far, and best of luck here over the next month.
Thank you.